It now appears that every copper has an excuse to inappropriately interact with females without losing their job, after former Sergeant Lee Cocking has been cleared of misconduct after he had sex with a woman in his police car because he had PTSD and was scared. At the time, Cocking was an acting inspector, which makes this even worse as he claims he had PTSD. So I asked myself, what the fuck is a copper with PTSD doing on active duty, and how the hell did he make it to inspector? He gave the woman a lift home in the unmarked police vehicle that he was driving after the woman was allegedly kicked out of a nightclub for causing trouble. Cocking denied any wrongdoing and said that the woman leapt across the passenger seat and came onto him. Cocking was accused of breaching standards of professional behaviour, which would have amounted to gross misconduct if proven. During his 2-week misconduct hearing, he told the panel that he felt numb and went into complete panic when she unzipped his trousers and attempted to have sex with him. Maybe he was just worried about the size of his pecker, who knows. But what confuses me is that the information regarding this case is that he was accused of having sex with the woman in the car. If I'm a bloke and I don't want to have sex with someone, it ain't fucking happening no matter what they do. Albeit I haven't had the old boy splinted with some sticks and tourniquets, but other than that, guy ain't penetrating a woman with a PTSD related frightened flop on. It ain't happening. Therefore, Cocking must have been game if he had sex with her in his car. Now, saying that, the woman who alleged this to have happened didn't turn up to the misconduct hearing. She has every right not to appear, but then you have to take from that what you want. To be fair, even Avon and Somerset's police deputy chief constable was not happy with the ruling of the panel and said that she was disappointed but respected the ruling. Watson said, "We fully respect the chair's authority but are disappointed that having carefully weighed up all of the evidence, they have ruled the allegations around dishonesty and discreditable conduct were not proven. Police officers and staff are expected to maintain the highest level of professional standards at all times. Blah, blah, blah. We have consistently believed the actions of the former officer on December the 24th, 2017 fell short of those standards and were not what the public would expect from that police service. We have invested a significant amount of time and resources into both a criminal and misconduct investigation since 2017. The officer involved is no longer employed by Avon and Somerset Police." Now, the reason he's no longer employed by Avon and Somerset Police is because he himself resigned, which means that he can now get another job working in the police elsewhere. It's unlikely that Avon and Somerset will take him back based on what's just been said there, but there's no misconduct against him, nothing proven. So he can literally go to any police force that he wants now and get another job. So look at this picture, sear that face into your brain in case you see this police constable working in your area, then do let me know. The reasoning behind the panel's decision has not yet been released, but it is said a formal notice will be issued with an explanation of their ruling. When Cocking appeared in court over the allegations, the woman in question said that she had 3 pints of cider followed by a number of gin and tonics and was very drunk, but she knew they definitely had sex in his car. She told the court that she suffered from a friction burn on her skin whilst attempting to have sex in the car, and added, "All I can remember is that we were struggling in the car." Classy bird. "He was in the driver's seat and I sat on top of him with my back against the steering wheel," she said. "My leg was beside the door and we got out to have sex. It was in complete darkness." It's important for me to note that the woman never said anything about being forced to have sex with him and that the sex was fully consensual. Well, until Cocking decided that it wasn't. Cocking said that he was not psychologically able to resist the woman's sexual advances. She pulled down her jeans and knickers, unzipped his fly, and then started straddling him in the driver's seat of the police vehicle. He added that I felt scared as so many of my colleagues had their lives destroyed with similar allegations. I just wanted to get her home so I could get home myself. He continued driving, but her demands became louder and louder, he says. His mind was racing and he thought if he stopped, she would make a complaint. Yet again, I want somebody to answer why there are so many police constables working, supposedly protecting the innocent and arresting the crooked, who have mental health issues that make them completely unfit to serve as a police constable, as this, yet another case, demonstrates. Almost every misconduct hearing involves the use of depression, PTSD or other mental impairment, but yet nobody really seems to be asking why there are so many actually on active duty while suffering serious alleged mental health issues that make them completely fucking useless to do the job. I sure as shit wouldn't want, well, almost an entire workforce working for me in a role like the police have, where they can simply claim PTSD when the shit hits the fan and they allegedly can't cope in a situation, or they do something that they shouldn't but then claim their mind wasn't functioning properly because they had mental health meltdown at the time. Yes, there are lots of people suffering mental health issues, but I'll tell you something. As a watch manager for a fire service, for example, you certainly wouldn't have somebody working for you who has PTSD meltdowns because they lost somebody in a fire. You wouldn't want them working for you, and it wouldn't be discriminatory to not want them working for you. It would be a health and safety issue, and that's exactly what we have going on in the police. A public health and safety issue with so many fuck-ups in uniform claiming that they have mental health issues in order to get away with doing wrong shit.